What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's your boy Soulblaze, and as always, we're back with the content. Now, I decided to make this video on a little bit of a whim. Not gonna go too much into it. I just really want to make some content, and so here we are. Oh, and before we get into the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. Shoutouts to Peachy for helping me build the teams for this LCRU tournament. Today, we will be covering my first ever Little Cup RU tournament. This was a tournament I played in through the LCRU Discord. I have some good friends who are currently running LCRU and has been running LCRU in the past. I got some friends in the higher up places, you know how it be. So I signed up, wanted to try my hands at Little Cup RU, and of course I got some help with the team building as well, being unfamiliar with the format. But here is my tournament run. So first of all, in the first round, I was paired up versus, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but my opponent here. And I had this team where originally Choodle and Deerling was banned early on in the lifespan of Little Cup RU Gen 9. But we allowed it for the first round of the tournament. And I figured, okay, if Deerling and Choodle are allowed in the first round of the tournament, we best bring a team with it. And as you can see, my opponent has also brought Deerling, Choodle on the right, Deerling on the left. So 2 out of an even we both got a Teddiursa as well. So 3 of our Pokemon are similar, which makes for an interesting battle. But let's get right into it. Every round of the tournament, it's a best of 3 series, and this is I believe this is game 1. So let's get into it. So I open with the Clauncher, figure we can get some damage in early. I U-turn. Just because I don't want to water move because it has water absorb. Obviously I would water move if I knew it was unaware, but I don't really know about Little Cup RU, so I just assume they ran water absorb. And I go straight into Choodle because I don't think Wooper can punish me that hard. I think Choodle can get in here, get a Shell Smash out, get things going before it sets up too many spikes on me. As you can see on my team, I don't really have any removal on me, so I want to make sure that I get the game going as soon as possible. Punish the first opening that I see to make sure that I get the game in. Get the game ended before it gets started, basically, because I can't play a Hazard War, so I gotta win the game. Sets up the spikes as I anticipate, and I figure, okay, let's get this thing going. We get up a Shell Smash. Here is very, if you're a good player, this is a very 50-50 scenario, because obviously Drowsy, I don't know what it can Terra into. I think either Terra Fighting or Terra Fairy maybe. Something like that, but obviously it's not going to Terra Psychic, which means if I go Terra Dark and I crunch at +2, trying to kill it as a Psychic type, if it transitions over to a Fighting type, a Fairy type, a Dark resist, my crunch is not going to kill. I have minus defense, it is going to hit me in return. So it's very important that I get this prediction right if he Terras or not here. I Terra Dark and I figure, okay, he's not going to use his Terra here. We also get a crit, which would have helped if it was a resist. I don't think it would have killed even if it's a crit, however. Don't quote me on that. I don't have the damage calc up, but I figured I don't think he's going to waste his Terra on Drowsy. Just in case he can't kill me, it's really not the play. And he has a Choodle and Deerling on his own that are great Terra captains. So he goes Choodle, and this is also another 50-50, as you can see. So I Terra and kill this. Right, so here's the 50-50 with the Choodle coming in, because he is the same Choodle as me, which means that if I go for the Dark move and he Dark Terras, as you just saw, that's what's gonna happen. I go into resist, he gets up a Shell Smash, it's now an even position, right? Because he's Dark Terra'd, I Dark Terra'd, he Shell Smashed, I Shell Smashed, we're even, right? So I have two predictions to kind of make this right. Because if I hit Water move and he doesn't Terra, that's kind of the same thing. It's either water on water or dark on dark, or water on dark or dark on water, and it's basically a 50-50 prediction each time. So he gets it right the first time. He Dark Terras on my crunch, and it does a lot of damage. He Shell Smashes up, and we're now equal. The position is even, 0-0. Well, obviously I have a Pokemon lead, but in terms of the positioning here, the one who wins this battle, the one who wins this next speed tie is going to get to decide a lot of the game, because we both don't really have great options for a Shell Smash +2/+2 Dark Terra Choodle with strong Jaw Crunch. So He wins the speed tie and goes for liquidation. I click liquidation there as well. It's very unfortunate. I believe this game would have been wraps if I won that speed tie. We did not win the speed tie, however. So now I have to come in on a spike, and I have to deal with Shoutout, Dark Turret up, +2/+2, which is very, very scary. Obviously, there's not many things in this tier that can catch up to that speed of 30. And there's not even adamant. If he goes adamant 28 speed, there's not really much that can catch up to that speed. So it all comes down to who can tank a hit. I think Venonat with Eviolite, which is very defensive, the only thing on my team that can tank a hit from this thing at this point. Even with the spike up, I think this is the only thing that lives. Barely. You know, he gets a crit, game is over. He gets, you know, a godlike high roll, the game is just over. So I'm able to leech life. Obviously, leech life got buffed some generations ago, so now it actually does some damage. It's 80 base power now, and stab, so super effective with minus defense. It's a guaranteed kill, and we get a little bit of HP back. He goes Whooper. We're back to the same problem I had before, but without the option to punish him really hard, because my Sweeper Choodle is gone. At least his Sweeper Choodle is gone, but my Sweeper Choodle is gone, and Venonat, one of my best Pokemon, are very down low on HP, which makes this a very hard battle when he starts to spike stack me, and I can't really prevent him from at least getting one spike up, or he could wait till a position later in the game and spike me up again. So I just go for a Sleep Powder. I hope and pray I hit. If I miss, that's a free spike on his bar, or his free Stealth Rock, which is also really bad because that pretty much KOs Venonat at that point. So we get, that's just a risky play I have to go for. I hit the sleep. You can also switch hard into Deerling, predicting me to sleep, and then, because obviously if I leech life, he can EQ me, kill me, set up a spike, don't care, you know, do all that kind of shenanigans. It has recover as well, so it can kind of recover off that damage later on. Could hard predict go Deerling and outspeed me in the next turn, although I do understand it's risky being weak to both of my stabs. It's also a play, but that was just a pure risk I had to take, because that's one of my only options to stop Whooper from setting up more spikes, because chances are I can't kill it in one hit, which means it gets a spike up for each hit, because it has water immunity for my Clauncher. My Deerling is faster, but I don't think it can kill it. I would have to really get lucky with Serene Grace hits. You know, you name the deal. He does a really good play here. Switches in to set up Sand to prevent Morning Sun from getting 50%. Morning Sun is a weather-based healing move. Heals when the weather condition is neutral, heals 50%. If it's sun, it heals 100%, I believe. And then if it's anything other than sun, like sand, as you can see on screen right now, or snow, the recently upgraded hail, or I would say changed, I don't know about necessarily upgraded, but at least changed hail, or rain, Morning Sun is going to heal very little. I did get some HP off of it, so it's not a complete waste of a turn, but I have to just try and get my Venonat back. Yes, you can set up rocks. I figure that's inevitable anyway, and I can't sleep again, so I can't really... I would have to switch, so the rocks are guaranteed anyway, so I figure let's try and leech life some HP back up so that this thing can tank a hit from Teddiursa maybe, go against Deerling. If it doesn't flinch me, I can get one leech life hit in and kill it off. It's just Venonat is incredibly trivial in this battle, so I need as much HP on it as possible, and I'm also stalling sand turns, so I figure I can just leech life. Obviously, I have to take some EQs, and that's gonna even out how much HP I get from leech life. But then again, if you look at my team, I don't really have the greatest earthquake switches. Yes, I can go Deerling, but this thing, I don't really know what Hippopotas does in LCRU. It can yawn me. Even getting chip on Deerling when he has a full HP Deerling himself could be bad trouble, and all that sort of stuff. Even if Teddiursa gets the Toxic Orb quick feed off, I need someone to tank a hit, and Deerling is going to be that guy. So, or gal. So yeah, slack off. This is where I realized that I'm in an uphill battle, losing position. I go Clauncher, just try and cut my losses, force this thing out, but of course it predicts me and whirlwinds me into Teddiursa, which is not the worst thing. The question is, can Toxic Boosted Facade kill Hippopotas, or at least outdo the damage that Slack Off is doing? So I get my Toxic Orb going, and Sandstorm Chip is away, so I don't take casual damage every turn now, unless it comes back in. I go for Facade to see how much it does. It does 50 clean, and that goes even with Slack Off. And then I figure, okay, Slack Off got nerfed in this gen, I believe. It's only 8 PP now, and even then it doesn't have as much. It doesn't have 32 PP. So he's gonna try and attack me at some point. Like, he can't Slack Off forever, so I can just sit here, even though Toxic is racking up. I think I'm in a position where I can outwit him with PP, but Toxic is probably going to take care of me. The crunch there is more so hoping for a defense drop, just because I like to play Desperate, and I want to speed the game up, and obviously if he has minus defense, Facade is going to do more. So I banked on a 20%, which is, or try to predict some sort of switch in, I guess. Not really, because Facade just does more damage. I don't know why I crunched there. A moment of desperation, as you can see. So yeah, Toxic is going to win this battle. As soon as the defense drop comes out, he realizes that that's a losing battle. I just continue to go for Facade. I feel like I'm taking a bit too much Toxic damage. I go my Clauncher. The Spike Ward continues, and this is just horrible for me. I Dark Pulse. He has no Dark Resist left. So I figured I could just Dark Pulse. Hope for a flinch here. Don't get it. Headbutt comes off. I Dark Pulse again. His dealing is super low now, which is super good for my other team members, right? We have Salandit in the back. Yes, it takes a shit down from... takes a lot from my hazards. But we also have a full HP dealing on our own. So hopefully we're able to do something. Our Teddy Ursa can also do something. This is where I'm just hoping for a flinch. Or spamming out Synthesis. I just sit here and Dark Pulse. I hope for a flinch. He realizes that he can't really bank on me getting a flinch, because that gives me his Deerling for free. So Landit comes in. Sludge Bomb. Deerling is out. All well and good. Teddy Ursa is a little bit of a problem for me. Of course, I still have my full HP Deerling. But I don't really think I can do anything on his Protect. Yeah, so I just fire off a move. Of course, some Salandits bring Nasty Plot. This one I don't think had Nasty Plot, even though it's Life Orb. Toxic comes out. Facade is going to bank me, so I figure, okay, we sack our Venonat, because Salandit is faster than Hippopotas if it comes out of that. I go my own Teddy Ursa, figuring it's the same scenario as the Choodle. It's a speed tie, right? So even though I'm low on HP, Teddy Ursa isn't really that tanky, because it doesn't have EV Light. It has Toxic Orb. So its defenses are going to be lower, and it takes Chip every turn. You already see it took 4% from Chip, so I figure if I get a Facade in here, I'm good, right? Uses the Protect, which is fair, or I can also close combat just to make sure I get rid of this. I don't think I did the damage calcs. I think Facade kills too. Close combat is just an absolutely 100% make sure the deal's done, because I'm faster than the Hippopotas, so I don't really get to feel the consequences either way. So I just attack into a Protect. Hippopotas comes out, which is the fair play. I go for a Facade this time. You know, don't want to lower my defenses, because I figure this should be the range of Facade should kill that. Take some Chip. I have to save this Teddy Ursa, but it's too. I think it's too low HP now to come in again on Spikes and Rocks. I think it's too late. So hard go my Salandit. I can really feel that this is starting to take a toll on my team. Deerling in the back is really the only thing I have. I Fire Blast off, deal 50 clean, and I hope for some miracle. Whirlwind puts out my Teddy Ursa, so that's out of commission. That's fair enough. I go my Deerling. It takes some chip damage coming in, and we just headbutt. We just have to hope for some miracle that I can Serene Grace my way out of this. But see, Deerling coming in twice on Rocks and double Spike, it's already half a Deerling. And so I have to try and get some HP back, even though I know it's in sand. I have to try and get some HP back because I hard predict him to switch. I don't think Hippopotas wants to stay in here. It also wants to keep the sun up to prevent me from synthesizing in the future. There, the Sandstorm subsidies. It goes for a close combat. It's faster. I'm obviously weak to fighting, and that's going to be the first game. So I figured my Deerling could live a hit if I had enough HP. It could not. Even though close combat isn't really boosted by anything, it's super effective, so it was enough. Unfortunately, so we go down in game 1. In game 2, it's the same kind of dealio. This time, We still have the Choodle and the Deerling on both sides of the teams. Obviously, I didn't want to bring anything else. I think Teddy Ursa, Deerling, Choodle is really solid in turn 1. Also really like what my Venonat did, even though it wasn't that much. I figured Clauncher was going to be nice, and I figured losing a Hazard Warrior was really bad, so I really wanted some... I really wanted to bring the team that had spin on it. So we start off the game. We have basically almost everything is similar. This is a Deerling matchup, so but that Deerling is T-Wave. I don't remember if my Deerling is T-Wave or not. No, it's Body Slam instead to get the para that way. I'm really unlucky with the with the Serene Grace. That Body Slam had a 60% chance of paralyzing, and I didn't get it, which is typical. So he sets up rocks on my switch, which is really bad. Also has Zen for a super effective hit. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Yeah, just sleep it. Leech Life on resist is not going to really do that much. I go for Morning Sun for more reliable recovery, so my Venonat is back to business. My Roly-Poly has a little disadvantage coming in on a hit, coming in on rocks, but Rock Blast only gets 2 hits, which is fortunate for me. No Ghost type on the enemy team because the Deerling hasn't terra'd yet. And now I'm faster, but I got rid of the rocks and then need to save my spin for later. So I go against Teddy Ursa, gets a spin up, is not going to be faster than my Toxic Orb. I figure I can threaten with a close combat, try and force it out as soon as possible. It sets up spikes, which, you know, now I'm going to have to spin again at some point. And Facade takes care of it. So now we have, for whatever hazards I set up with my Roly-Poly, they are now guaranteed to stay up on the field. I also get fat damage on the Venonat, even though Leech Life KOs me and heals him back up. I still get a little chip. Peachy comes in here, is slower, but I Terra Ghost for the Leech Life. And I figure, okay, I can get something started here. I can get a hard Zen Headbutt off. Morning Sun. This thing being faster than me is really bad for me. But at the same time, there's not really much I can do. I have to try and go for Body Slams at some point. And I get flinched on the Zen Headbutt, even though I can't get a Body Slam para. Yeah, so I figure with Synthesis and not being weak to Leech Life, I can win this war as long as I get a para at some point. There we go. Qfin comes out. I'm paralyzed again. Sets up rocks for free. Or in trades for me getting HP back, which I figure is a fair trade because my spinner is still alive. So as long as we get that as a priority at some point. Obviously I can't go Roly-Poly on a Steel type. We just Dark Pulse and get Venonat out of here. I'm really happy with that. Goes Deerling, and this is the same thing as last time. I'm hoping for a flinch or something of that nature. Again, now I'm not faster than this thing and I can't get a flinch, so I just figure, okay, we go Venonat. That's one of my only team members who can tank a hit from Deerling. Force it out. Don't get flinched by Zen Headbutt. Perfect. Get that Leech Life HP back. But I'm risking really bad odds with that flinch because it's 60%. Yeah, so that time it comes around, takes care of my Venonat. I figure it's fine. I don't think it has a grass move, so I figure Roly-Poly can take care of it, but it dies to Zen Headbutt. Unfortunate. And this is where I have to risk a miss from Thunder Wave. I don't get it. I get paralyzed actually, which is even worse. Choodle gets flinched, and we're in the Togekiss kind of scenario where I get flinched or parried and Choodle gets taken down. And that's going to be the game because I have nothing left for this. I got Choodle hexed. My Choodle didn't really do that much, and his Choodle just got the edge on me because it got the para and stuff like that. So I wish I had T-Wave instead of Body Slam here. I did not, which is unfortunate, but we get rid of it, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe there's a chance for a comeback, but Iron Head seals the deal. So I lose the first round of the tournament in 2 games out of 3. I'd like to believe I'd win the first game if it wasn't for the Choodle speed tie. Losing that was pretty huge, I think. But this game, I think, it more so came down to getting hacked by Deerling and not playing my position correctly because he still had hazards on me, even though I didn't really save my spin that well. I know it's hard, but maybe there wasn't a chance after the first one. But so that's gonna be round 1. In losers, we go to face the tier leader of Little Cup UU. I'm a huge underdog in this battle, and I'm expected to go ass out first and playing 2 opponents in the tournament. It's double elimination, so this is the loser's bracket. The LCU leader also lost to another LCRU council member, if I'm not mistaken, and as such, I'm playing them right here. This is really interesting. I don't really know what a lot of these things do. Obviously, Wiglet, I know it's 20 speed and can attack stuff and has memento, but outside of that, I don't really know what it does. And I know Swablu has like natural cure and has like cotton guard potential, roost cotton guard stuff, but I don't know what else it kind of does outside of that. This is also my first time seeing Skidoo and stuff, but this is I got fetched a completely different team from this. So we'll see how it goes. Leads Wooper Paldea, and I've learned from last time. Even though I am, weak to EQ, I figure I gotta get my rocks up. I can take 1 EQ, so that's fine. I get my rocks up. I still have my spin in the back. We go Wattrel in case he wants to set up a hazard. So Wattrel comes in before hazards. I don't even remember if my Wattrel was boots or not, to be honest. Scarf or Life Orb, I don't really remember. But I have Wattrel here. We air slash for massive damage. So yes, I was Life Orb here. Gunk shots in return, doesn't kill, doesn't poison, which is fine. I don't predict with a Thunderbolt, I just go for another air slash. And I try to hit a Hurricane. It doesn't go in my favor, and my luck in this tournament was not the best. So it gets the recover, but it doesn't really matter. I get that Hurricane off and I get a clean switch. So I figured that was fine, but obviously rocks are here as well. I'm gonna try and get this stuff away, just spin it, and if it kills me, I just have to really try and put pressure on Wooper and Knackley that are the hazard setters. So I go into Teddy Ursa and just go for a close combat. It's not gonna be boosted by Toxic Orb anyway. Just hit rock with fighting. That's the best out, you know. Growlithe comes in, minuses the attack. I switch to my water type. So it's water against fire now, classic matchup. Wooper comes in again. I'm firing off a water move into water absorb because I'm that good, but I psychic the next turn. So that's basically, as you can see, I took care of both the hazard setters. So now I have hazards up on my field. He has no way of taking care of it unless defog Swablu, I believe. So I'm in a really good position here for being down 2 Pokemon. Skidoo comes in and starts bulking up, and this is a little scary, of course, but I T-Wave. I figure, okay, I have to try and slow this thing down for things like Salandit. It can set up as many bulk ups as it wants. When Salandit comes in for free or fresh, we get threatened with a poison move or a fire move and get this thing out. Psychic is also nice for Chip. Para comes in. I switch to Eevee. This is more like a sack, I believe. Yeah, Wish comes up. Horn Leech is back to full HP. My Chip is Gauntsch, is fine. We body slam for a little bit of damage, goes for another bulk up. I shouldn't have wished here because this just gives him more Horn Leech damage. Milk Drink is also there, so it stays healthy no matter what. I'm really just fine with sitting here and losing and then coming back in when this comes in. Terra types ground for my fire move, gets parried, unfortunately. So his win condition Skidoo goes down, which is really good for me. Wiglet comes out, which is faster than me. I go my bulky water type. And I realize once that grass type is down, nothing can really stop Slowpoke from going hard here. I just T-Wave stuff, slow him down, hope I live. And then I slack off and I switch out with Regenerator and gain my HP back. Slack off again, just wait for Para. Throat Chop comes out, and this is where we start with Chilling Water. No, we Psychic Kill instead. I would have Chilling Watered here in retrospect just to lower his attack and lower anything that comes in his attack. I think Wiglet is going to be too weak with eventual attack drops from Chilling Water, so I think it was better to do it. Swablu comes in on rocks, which is fine by me. I go hard, so land it on a body slam, no para, because I'm good. We crit Sludge Bomb, and we get the poison. So that's pretty fortunate. Roost's back up. I'm waiting for the Cotton Guard. Teddy Ursa comes in, because if he wants to body slam me, I'm already status, so I can't get paralyzed. And I figured this, I have SD on this, so if he wants to Cotton Guard, I just need one SD and we should be good to just kill stuff. Facade comes out, does tons of damage. I take Toxic, it leaves me at 1% HP. Intimidate is going to take me down to +1, and then I just normal stab Facade and take care of it. So I win game 1 versus the LCRU cheerleader, which is very hype. Obviously, I'm really happy and not necessarily super proud of how I played, but I think it was really important to. This was actually a game where I won the Hazard War for a change, and that really benefited me in a good way. So game 2 against the LCRU cheerleader, I see some new stuff. I see Drowsy once again. I see regular Whooper this time, but I assume it's still Water Absorb. I see Bagon, and that's buffed Bagon because it got access to Iron Head this gen. Sheer Force boosted Iron Head is going to hurt. So that's a solid coverage option. I have no idea, I have zero clue what Tadbulb does. So this is really interesting. I have a new team loaded up here. We still bring Spin every time, basically. But now we have a Stunky here as well, which is kind of cool. So we have the double poison. Drowsy comes in on my Knackley, starts nasty plotting up. I figure, okay, hazards are what won me the first game. I figure if I can get him up, and I see no spin on the opposing side, they're going to stay up, and that's going to be really good for me in the long run. Obviously, Nasty Plot Drowsy is a problem. If I can get past it, I think we're in a good position. Nasty Plots again, this thing one-shots my entire team now. I Earthquake for a little bit of chip, I just know I can't switch. I actually live and miss a Stone Edge, so I actually miss out on a little bit more chip. That's me. I write in the chat, obviously blocked by my camera. That's me. So that happens, and then I come in with Stunky. I know I'm faster, I'm a Dark type. I know he's gonna Terra. I just know he's gonna Terra, expecting a Dark type move, so I just hit the explosion. It does crit, and I damage calc this in retrospect, or as I was doing it, before I was doing it, to make sure. This actually has like a 70% chance to kill, I think, or something along those lines. So it's really my favorite to kill. Crit obviously makes it more susceptible to luck being a massive favorite in this battle, but I do think explosion was a huge part of what made it happen. I can also just go into something that's faster, but obviously having the momentum is really nice. I go Venonat here on the Whooper. I sleep it because you know what? I'm not gonna deal with hazards right now. We sleep Whoopers around here. Paldea or Cantofarm, doesn't matter. We sleep them. That's how it goes. And so that's a sleep, burns a turn asleep, and that's where I can just go for a Leech Life. It's neutral on Stunky. I go to Clauncher expecting maybe Explosion or something, or just, to tank a hit. I know I can live one hit as long as it does a Nasty Plot. It should be good. It crunches me. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I guess I double into Roly-Coly to set up more hazards. Yes, because I know that I can live a hit. It's not Nasty Plot. If I get up my hazards, they're going to stay up and they're going to do really good damage. I know Tadbulb doesn't get Rapid Spin. I expect an electric move. Goes for Muddy Water or lowers my accuracy. I don't like that, but we hit a Thunderbolt. Sets up screens, and I realize, oh, this is screens, Tadbulb. So this is Light Screen and Reflect Light Clay Tadbulb with Dragon Dance Bagon as the win condition, because it's not Nasty Plot Stunky. Obviously Teddy Ursa can be a wall breaker as well, but I realized that the win condition was the Drowsy that went down or Bagon. So I really have to be careful about how I play these screens, and I figure Watro can go down. If I switch, I lose accuracy, and I'm stalling turns of screens as it's attacking me. So I let it kill me, which stalls turns of screens. I go Roly-Coly, and we're just sitting here. Yeah, my accuracy's down, but I'm just spiking up, wasting screen turns, getting momentum with my last two Pokemon. It's now 2 versus 5. He has 2 screens up, and it's 2 versus 5. And I figure, okay, this game is over. Stunky comes in versus Venonat. He outspeeds me. I tear a Bug, and I want to go for a Leech Life to get my HP back when it crunches me. But it goes for Memento, which makes it so that I gain it faints and I gain minus stats, so Bagon can come for free in and Dragon Dance up versus me, which is super scary. But I have to stay in. I can't swap, so I Stun Spore it. Now it's +1 attack, but it's -1 speed. I Hard Swap the Clauncher on the Fire Fang. Solid prediction. Screens are now gone. Clauncher is faster because it's Parrot. I don't remember if it's Scarf too, but Clauncher is faster. Tadpoles comes in to try and set up screens for Teddiursa, which is the backup win condition, but Clauncher is faster. We kill it. Now it's 2 versus 2. It was 2 versus 5. Remember, now it's 2 versus 2. With Wooper being asleep, it's kind of like 2 versus 4, but right here we can't use water moves, so I just Ice Beam. And I'm not Scarf. Back to Venonat as it recovers up HP. I sleep it. I don't want it doing stuff. I Leech Life it. Bug Terror Leech Life I figure is going to do really good damage. Chilling Water lowers my attack, so this is now going to be an uphill battle. I Sleep Powder it. I have to swap out because my attack is bad. It wakes up turn 1 and Chilling Waters me and lowers my attack. So I go for an Aura Sphere, which does 35. It recovers up the HP. I'm in a really bad position. I just keep going for Aura Sphere. It keeps going for Recover. I keep going for Aura Sphere. And it sets some rocks on me. So now Venonat takes more HP. Venonat with rocks now dies to Teddiursa for free, which is really important to remember. But he used a turn for doing that. But I figured if I kill this now with Aura Sphere, Teddiursa comes in. Teddiursa is faster than me if it gets the Toxic. And it's gonna protect, and I only have attacking moves. So what's gonna happen is I Aura Sphere this, Teddiursa comes in, protects my attack, is faster than everything I have, kills Clauncher, then that comes in on rocks and it kills that too because it's faster. I can't let that happen. So what I do instead, you'll see here soon, it gets Recover, I just keep Aura Sphering. But I'm not killing it, I just keep Aura Sphering away the Synthesis. It has 3 left. I know that much. It Chilling Waters me, it can't really hurt me, I realize that. I make sure to leave it at 1%, I don't want to kill it. I just Aura Sphere out the recovers. And once that's done, you'll see what happens. So we Aura Sphere, it now has 1 recover left. Yeah, there you go, no more recovery. I Aura Sphere, it Chilling Waters me, I'm at 1 HP. Look here. If I Aura Sphere here, we lose the game. I can't Aura Sphere. I cannot let this kill Wooper. It seems logical in the situation to kill Wooper and having Teddiursa come in on rocks and whatever and killing it with Venonat. It makes logical sense to think that. It does not. So I cannot kill this. What do? I Water Pulse. It has Water Absorb. It is immune to water type moves. That's the only move I can click, I believe, that doesn't make me lose the game. I have to heal the opponent to make sure that he kills me, to make sure that I get a clean switch on rocks. I sleep this because if he hard swaps Teddiursa, it covers the switch. I have to make sure I don't lose to a hard swap because he cannot afford me to gain HP back to live a hit from Teddiursa. I sleep this. I Morning Sun to make sure I get my HP back. I am lucky in it. It's still asleep. If it woke up there and Chilling Water me, lowering my attack, this game would have been over. Leech Life it, kill it. Teddiursa comes in, and I just have to. If it protects Facades me, I don't really remember if it's a guaranteed kill or not, or if I guaranteed live. I actually don't remember. But it's really scary for me, and I can't really do anything about protect. I can't make a move, I can't make a prediction, I can't set up, I can't do nothing. So I figured it's just best to attack, and he Swords Dances to make sure that he gets me if I predict the protect and do something. Like, yeah. If he just Swords Dances to make sure he can kill me, and that gives me the win. If I'm minus attack, that doesn't kill. And he gets the Swords Dance for free, get the Toxic boosting win. That was such a godlike play to water pulse on the Water Absorb. To win not only this game, but the series versus the LCRU leader. So GG's Joltage. If you see this video, I'm sorry to make content. You're a really, really awesome player. It was a blast playing you, and I'm honored. I didn't even build my own team, so I'm not gonna sit here and say anything, but that was a blast series. That was an insane series. One of the craziest plays I've ever done in my entire life is water pulse on that water absorb. So obviously we move on, and I'm not gonna sit here too long. It's the first game. We pretty much yeah, I get lucky and dodge a hurricane. My positioning is bad. Hazard war. I don't have a spinner. This is looking really bad for me already. I Terra Grass to get rid of Nackley. I don't know if that's the best play either. Icicle Spear takes care of me. I Protect trying to go for some Teddy Ursa shenanigans. Yeah. I basically... This game comes down to me trying to bulk up with Skidoo. And him trying to bulk up with Skidoo. What happens if two Skidoos bulk it out? Well, in LCRU history, this is probably one of the very few cases where we PP stall each other out. This game is 70 turns long. Most Little Cup games don't make it to 20 turns. This game is 70 turns long. Because we have Sap Sipper, so we don't take damage from Hornal H. Stumping Tantrum is resisted. Milk Drink is a healing move. Bulk Up is a setup move. We can't hurt each other. But what breaks me down in this battle is that my Skidoo used one attack earlier in the battle, and so he wins the PP war. If we go on long enough, you see, we get to the struggles. We're now closing in on 100 turns. Goes Wooper. No struggle can't do anything to me. And that's going to be it. And that's how I lost game 1. In round 3, after I beat the LCRU leader, I went on to hold the Skidoo war for 100 turns, and I lost. So yeah. Game 2 went a little different. I was really happy to see no Skidoo. I didn't bring Skidoo myself either. I figure we just go for damage here. I know it sashes and it's going to set up hazards. But this has spikes, and we want to make sure it doesn't get spike up. Surfs me. I go Slowpoke. I go my water type. He goes Wattrel. I go my Wattrel. Comes in on rocks. It's now pretty even. We're not weak to electric type moves because both have water absorb, so we're just kind of going for some air slash shenanigans. Misses a hurricane, unfortunate. I Flying Terra to make sure I kill the Wattrel. My Terra usage in this versus this person was not this player was not the best. I go Silly Cobra. Terra Grasses crunches me. Doesn't get the minus defense. I get the glare. I get the rest. I go to Kiafant. Bagon comes in, and I miss the 5% air slash. Luck here. Look here. 2 turns back. Paralyzed Stunky. Grass Terra. I'm okay with you killing my Silicobra here. I don't want you to, but I'm okay with it. I know I'm going to live with Shed Skin. I can't EQ, I can't do anything, so I go Q-Fin. Mementos me, just like in the previous series, where Memento behind screens and tries to go Bagon, right? Goes Bagon, I think, shit, okay. Bagon at +1/+1 is really, really difficult to deal with. I'm going to go into my Scarf Wattrel on the DD. I'm Flying Terra, Air Slash kills him. I'm faster because I'm Scarf, even if he DDs, I'm faster by 2 points. Look here, I live. DD, Air Slash would have killed him. Air Slash loses, he DDs again, and that's game. That's just game. I lost a game due to a 5% chance. If I kill this with my Flying Terra Wattrel, I have 6 mods. I can sack, I can get my positioning right. I don't auto lose. I have a healthy Slowpoke for stuff like Teddy Ursa. I can win this battle easily if I just hit that Flying Terra Air Slash. There's also a chance it flinches. But no. I miss, gets a second DD, runs through my entire team. Doesn't get hit by Outrage Confusion once whatsoever. Just cleans me out. And that was my run in the LCRU tournament. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. This has been your boy Soulblaze, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.